In this lecture, project planning and software configuration management are reviewed. The majority of the cost associated with software projects is attributed to the salaries of the development staff. Therefore, estimating the effort of a project is important in determining the cost of the project. Effort estimation methods that we will review are function point, COCOMO 2, Delphi estimation, and Agile estimation. Function point estimation involves breaking systems up into smaller components that are easily recognized and assigning a function point software unit of measure to different processes. The advantages of the function point method are estimation can occur early in the life cycle, non-technical persons can apply the method, and it is independent of programming languages. Disadvantages are that the method can be considered subjective, and for some projects, category counts are not easily gathered early in the development stages. COCOMO 2 is a procedural model for estimating effort, cost, and schedule. COCOMO 2 was developed by Barry Beam in the late 70s and published in 1981. COCOMO consists of three models: the application composition model that is used for building a prototype in the early stage of the life cycle, the early design model that is used during the early stage of a project, and the post-architecture model that is used after the software architecture has been defined. The Delphi method involves a group of experts or experienced developers that each independently estimate the effort and then present their rationale for the estimates, and those steps are repeated until a consensus is reached. The Agile estimation, called poker planning, is a modified Delphi approach. It involves each participant estimating effort using a deck of cards. A moderator reads a description of the work, and a product owner answers questions. Each participant selects cards representing their estimate, and the participants with the highest and lowest estimates explain their rationales, and the process repeats until a consensus is reached. In conventional projects, the PERT chart is a useful tool for scheduling project tasks. The Gantt chart is useful for viewing the progression of tasks and allocating resources. Agile planning involves the use of a corkboard and story cards or post-it notes. Post-it notes or story cards are arranged in a conceptual grid that defines the iterations, the use cases or stories that will be included in each iteration, and the amount of effort needed to complete the use cases or stories. Risk management involves identifying high-risk items such as personnel shortfalls, unrealistic schedules and budgets, and constraints in computer science capabilities. Risk analysis involves evaluating each risk by determining the extent of damage to the project if the risk occurs, and deciding which option to take and the cost to implement the option. A risk management plan should be created to manage top priority risks during the development process. Risk resolution is carrying out the activities of the risk management plan. Risk monitoring validates that the risk reduction strategies are working per the plan. Software configuration management involves identifying configuration items. Depending on the type of project management approach, the baselines and the configuration items that are associated with the baselines may vary. Software configuration change control should take place, and software configuration auditing should occur. In Agile projects, some of the software configuration processes may be omitted depending on the type of Agile method used. However, most Agile approaches use source code version control.